Christmas music on 1340 WJL, brought to you by NuMark Credit Union. You can get a free mortgage appraisal, good towards a home purchase or a cash-out refinance. NuMark Credit Union helps make dreams happen. You can apply online at newmarkcu.org. Thanks for the Christmas music. Kari Endres joins us live in our WJL studios. She's the VP of Marketing. Hi, Kari.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
Good. I've been jamming on some Christmas music the last couple of days.
That's right. It's because it's Mission Christmas. You know?
Mission Christmas? I like that.
Yes.
You should get T-shirts made up and stuff like that.
Well, for all us moms out there, it's kind of what it turns into, especially with the short window this year.
I know. We were talking this morning. I think I kind of like this short window.
You do?
I do, because you got to do it, so let's just do it. Instead of spreading it out so much, let's just jump right in.
There might be something to that, because, procrastination's not going to work this year, so you got to get moving.
You're exactly right. Well, Kari is here along with Karen Huston. She's the branch manager at NuMark Credit Union. Hello, Karen. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. And speaking of the holidays, we are going to discuss holiday stress management. And we're also going to, at the end of the program, going to give away a $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark Credit Union. How this works is you listen to our conversation, and we're going to say a lot of things, but we're going to pick one of them and then ask you to repeat that information. Okay, a trivia question. At the end of the show, if you're the first correct caller on the Turk Furniture studio line, you will win that $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark Credit Union. So Mission Christmas. I'm going to steal that. If I make any money off it, Kari, you get 3%.
Oh, okay.
Is that enough?
Maybe we could talk.
That's
Don't
you guys
settle for 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are in the banking
I'm thinking
industry.
more like 60.
All right, so today, holiday stress management. Kari, welcome. Let's talk a little bit about NuMark as an overview, if you will. Tell us a little bit about what the credit union's all about and what some of your roles are there.
Well, I'm the vice president of marketing, so I get to tell our story. So I love talking about NuMark Credit Union. We are owned and operated by our members, so we're our not-for-profit financial cooperative. So we're different than other financial institutions, but what that really means is that we're working for you, and we help our members do more with their money each and every day.
And by tell the story and by marketing, so you are in charge of figuring out the best way to deliver messages, whether it be on the radio, online, newspapers, whatever. And your job is fun because you do get to try some new and interesting things.
We do. And the world of marketing is constantly changing. When I first started, we could put a cute little newspaper ad in the newspaper and things would happen. But now there's a big mix of things that we need to do. And a lot of it is really telling people what we can do. Right. And showing our expertise, whether that's through social media or being here on the radio show, all different kinds of things. We really are a special place to be, and we work so hard for our members that it's fun to be able to tell that story every day.
Absolutely. Karen Huston, you are branch manager, NuMark Credit Union. Which branch?
I am the branch manager at our New Lenox office,
okay.
But I'm also currently overseeing our Joliet office.
All right. Well, good. So what are the duties of a branch manager?
I always like to say duties as assigned. When it comes up, that's what we do. But really, it's the member experience. It's making sure that when our members come into the credit union, they're serviced well, and they leave feeling like the family that they are to us.
How do you do that, though? Because there's tons of competition out there. There are branch managers of banks all throughout Will County. How do you try to be different? How do you stand out?
It's individualized service. We're looking at each member, what their financial needs are, what their challenges are, why they're in there, and we're looking to fill and take care of those needs. A lot of times, people are looked at, or members, that if you fit in the box, great. If you don't, too bad. We look at how can we get you in that box, and how can we really service those needs. So we look at every single member as an individual and look to service them and their needs.
And all about relationships as well.
Absolutely,
relationships.
Relationships.
Gotta have good ones. If you don't, you're in trouble. That is for sure. All right, so let's talk a little bit about holiday stress management. So not only do you folks help us with financial management, but stress management as well. Kari, I'll start with you. What triggers your stress during the holidays? I think it's this 3-week window.
Yes, it is. Notice how I started with that. I think it's just not having enough time. We're all busy people, and you want to do a great job and create a great holiday with your family, but you also want to be able to relax and enjoy it too, and not be so tired by the time you get to the actual holiday that it's like, I just have to get through this now. I mean, this was part of what life is all about. And so trying to work ahead and get everything done is kind of my mission Christmas this year, so that I can enjoy that holiday when we get there.
Karen, what about you? What really triggers it all for you?
I think it's probably most everyone. It's top of my list. Never enough time. There's just not enough time in my day. Now I would say the holiday shopping, the holiday spending. Do I have everything I need? So I think that those are challenges, but the timing, definitely never enough time in the day.
Yeah, that's true. The stress for me is having to, I must say, I think it's more with the people than anything. I'm a big people person, but trying to be everything to everyone is very difficult to me, especially in our family, because you have in-laws and you have your family and you have to travel. Mine are separated by a couple hundred miles or whatever, and that really stresses me. Is where are we going to go? Who are we going to spend the time with? Or who's going to get more time? Who's going to get less time? That really stresses me out. It really does.
I agree.
Yeah, understandable.
That's why I've kind of made it. Christmas to me is for me personally, is for the intimate family, the ones closest to me.
Right.
4th of July, Memorial Day. Hey, we can have a big party with second cousins and third cousins, but I don't really like that at Christmas time.
There you go.
I don't.
Yeah.
So once that gets out of my life, I'm a little bit less stressed. All right, so you guys have done this. You have been dealing with Christmases and families for a long time. What are some of the techniques you use? Karen, we'll start with you. Techniques to deal with the stress.
Well, I think sometimes you just have to take a breath and keep things in perspective. Along with the shopping and all that kind of stuff, there also are parties that happen, and you need to bring that dish to pass and those kinds of things. And I think you have to think about what's important. Yeah, you might want to do that really complicated dish that would be really cool to take, but is that really what's important? The important thing is to be there and be with the people you want to be with, and maybe. Instead of making something, one of my good friends said, I made it to the store. I made the choice on which one I was going to get. I made it out of the store and I brought it here. I made this dish. And I said, that is brilliant, because really at the end of the day, what is really the most important thing? Being there with your friends. So you just keep things in perspective. If that dish is really, really important to you, then maybe what you need to do is take something else off your plate.
Mm-hmm. No pun intended.
Right.
Because you said dish and plate.
I know. Maybe you need a bowl.
That's why she's the marketing person.
That's
people.
right. That's what we do.
Karen, what about you? Techniques, what do you do to deal with that?
I think sometimes, as hard as it is, the simplest thing is to take just a few minutes out of the day for yourself. And for me, it's early morning when my daughter and my husband are still sleeping.
Nice.
That cup of coffee, that silence, that relaxation, even though it's a few fleeting moments, it's helpful. I think the other thing is I'm very structured, so I like to do lists. So if I'm able to put what I need to do on that list, granted things come up that gets added quite frequently, but I like having a plan and trying to stick to it as closely as I can.
You're singing my tune, young lady, because I was going to say the same thing. If I have a list, I feel so much better about myself.
I do too.
Because everything is focused. I heard a speaker one time, and I don't remember what her name was, and she called it a brain dump. Have you guys ever heard that?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Where she just sits down like on a Monday morning or whatever. She writes down everything on like a dry erase board or whatever, or Post-it notes that she's got to do that week. It's just a complete brain dump. And I've been doing that for the last month or two, and it helps so much.
It
does.
And then you just erase it when you're done.
Yep.
You're like, yes, it could be the most ridiculous thing, but just wiping it off your board makes you feel so much better.
It does.
So accomplished. So accomplished.
Yeah,
yes,
it is.
Yes, exactly right. All right, some other stress management tips. Kari, what do you got for us?
One of the things I've started to do is actually schedule time for myself, either professionally or personally. We do everything with everyone else. Why not schedule time for yourself, right? So I schedule meetings with myself to get something done, to get a project done, or even just to, take some downtime too. That's one of the things I do. The other thing is I really try to keep my center. I think it's important to find a center to keep that perspective. So whatever that is for you, whether that's a hobby or maybe going to church or being with your family, I have all of those things for me. But when I really need that outlet, I go and call my stressed sister, and we compare notes and help each other out. And usually we don't have a crisis at the same time, so we can do that for each other. But I think it's important to have that person that grounds you to say, hey, really, you know what? How about this?
You know what? That's true. To have that good friend, whether it's a family member or just somebody you've known for a while, somebody you can throw stuff off of, because there's so many negative thoughts going on in this world, and it's good to be able to have someone to throw things off of, but I also find it stressful when there's certain people in your life that all they do is talk about bad things.
Absolutely. And you do need that sounding board sometimes because there are those folks in our lives everywhere, I think sometimes, that know how to push your buttons, whether they realize it or not. And those things, especially around the holidays when that happens, because it's such an intense time that anything that happens gets magnified. And there are, of course, those families with those tough situations that they want to work through, or at least live through for the holiday. And, that's really tough. And that's one of the things I think it's good to have that person that you can call to say, hey, the shoulder to cry on or to talk it out with, or that person to say, you know what, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're talking today with Kari Endres, Vice President of Marketing, Karen Huston, Branch Manager at NuMark Credit Union, New Lenox, and now Joliet as well. This is Money Talk coming up just a little bit. We're going to give away a $25 Visa gift card, compliments of NuMark Credit Union. So listen closely to what we're discussing. We'll ask you a question at the end of the program. We do want to remind you also the NuMark Family Favorites cookbook is here. The amazing cookbook is filled with 800 recipes, including mason jar omelets, cheesy chicken enchilada dip, fried ice cream dessert bars, and so many more. All proceeds will be split between the Northern Illinois Food Bank and Wreaths Across America. Stop into any of their branches in Countryside, Crest Hill, Joliet, New Lenox, and Tinley to get yours today. Learn more about the NuMark Family Favorites cookbook by calling them at 815-729-3211 or by visiting the website at newmarkcu.org. That's NUMARKCU.org. I got a cookbook dropped off here last week.
Awesome.
Very cool.
I'm glad.
I cannot wait, and I have not done it yet, the mason jar omelet. I am a very good omelet maker.
Oh, yes.
And I want to try something a little bit different because I like to expand my horizons.
I believe that is a Linda Krikora recipe, and she is one of our best cooks. We have many at NuMark Credit Union. I think you're going to like that recipe.
Okay. I will report back to you when I see you again. All right. Kari, what about employees? You have employees that need to be happy, but they have things going on in their lives, but they can't bring that into the workplace.
Right.
So how do you help them deal with stress?
Well, we have a couple of things. We do treat our members like family, but our staff, we are also members of the credit union, and we treat our staff like family. So we have a couple of things. One of the things that we do allow personal time. So when your kids are in that play or in that program or that Christmas party or holiday party, whatever it is that they're doing, you can schedule that with your supervisor to be able to be there.
Nice.
And that's really important. And we take, we help each other out to help that happen. And the other thing is we do have an employee assistance program for our staff as well, for those who really need to reach out and have someone professional to talk with, beyond the conversation with my sister. And there are some folks who have some really big things that they need to deal with. It's confidential. They can do that. They can reach out to it. That resource is there. And it's just nice knowing that if they need it, it's there for them.
Nice. Very, very nice. You see that in your two branches?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Karen stressed this time of work gets worse this time of year, probably because of the holidays, but it's also end of year stuff. Kids are going to be home. Kids are maybe coming back from college, or maybe they're leaving for college. There's a lot of reasons.
There definitely is. And, as far as the workplace is concerned and stress, I think it depends on the industry you're in too. But as the consumer, but also in the financial industry with the credit union, fraud increases exponentially during the holiday season. So really that's another added stressor, if you will. Some people are targeted more than others. Some of the elderly are targeted, but it really can happen to anyone. At the credit union, we try to help our members, be very aware of their finances, their transactions, and where they're doing their shopping.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how you help combat fraud. I just heard a story last night. A buddy of mine he's got a business and $12,000 got taken out of the course of a month.
Ooh.
Because people got a hold of his routing number and his checking account number, and voila. But tell us a little bit of how NuMark handles protecting their customers and their members.
Absolutely. So we started initially, or at least I did, by saying that we educate our members, and I think that that's really key, kind of explaining, tricks and tips. But we have tools in place that help you monitor your account. So we offer account management with our online banking. You can set up text alerts, email alerts for just about anything. It could be for any deposit you make, any withdrawal you make. It could be if my account falls below a certain balance. But clearly having those alerts in place will immediately alert you to if there are issues or problems. So really those are some of the biggest things, but we're also a resource to our members. If there's an issue or problem and they call or come into the credit union, we're clearly there working with them to resolve and help them with any additional issues.
Okay. All right. So there you go, folks. We hope you are feeling a little less stressed out because of these great stress tips, right?
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
I do,
We're not
too.
always successful, but I know some of this works. I know it does.
Absolutely. Just talking about it, for sure.
It does. Just talking about it.
For sure. Hey, real quick, I know I've been talking this week about your free mortgage appraisal. You guys want to give us a little information on that? That's a pretty cool deal, right?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, if you come and get your mortgage with NuMark, you can go to any of our locations to do that, and you can apply online as well. When you are closing your loan, we're going to give you a credit for that free mortgage appraisal. So we have a wonderful staff with years and years of experience. We're local. We help folks purchase a new home, refinance their home. We have lots of options available, a grant program for first-time home buyers, and experts who are going to help you walk through the whole process.
Mortgages, auto loans, you do it all at NuMark.
We do it all. We have investments as well, free checking accounts. Not everyone has a free checking account still. And we have a lot for youth as well. Youth accounts, getting that first car, all those kinds of things. Help everybody get set up for a fantastic future.
I'm a member. You could become a member as well. It's NuMark Credit Union. You can find them at, again, any one of their locations in Crest Hill, Joliet, New Lenox, Tinley, and Countryside. Ladies, thank you very much. I wish a very Merry Christmas to both of you and a stress-free holiday season as well. Wink, wink.
Thank you, to you as well.
You got it. All right, we have a $25 Visa gift card. Here's our question. Karen is the branch manager at what or which NuMark Credit Union in what town? What you got a couple of choices. 815-254-7300. Karen Huston, the branch manager at which location of the NuMark Credit Union family? 254-7300. Good luck.
I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's blurry face and I care what you think. My name's blurry face and I